Okay, so this is my first attempt at a podcast. I don't know. Okay, these are a few of the topics that I want to talk about, that I feel like I just need to talk about. Not necessarily like need, but they're just, anyways, like, let's see. I have a lot of opinions about being an adult and like what that means. And like, I don't know. There's lots of different things that you walk through life and you're like, oh, I never really thought I would do this, or I never thought I'd have opinion about this. So yeah, there's that. Maybe I'll start my podcast with like being an adult. But I also have like topics on like escaping reality by like using Netflix or like any streaming services or stuff like that. So like I want to talk about that. And then hobbies and like full-time job balance is another thing. And then what else do I have? Oh, this one's really interesting. It's like communication through decades and why technology doesn't help sometimes. And yeah, I'm really excited about that one because I feel like I could really expand on that pretty well. And what else do we have? I don't know how soon I'll do this, but like dating as an adult and how that has looked different. Seeing the new generation is another opinion I have that has been really interesting for me to see. That kind of goes along with like being an adult. But and then like another one I have is how modern America can either help you or hurt you when it comes to the Bible. So like I'm a Christian and I've been like walking through that process the past 2 years and has really impacted my life. And yeah, so I think, how long have I been recording? I'm not sure. I think I'll start with being an adult, as I said earlier. So like when it comes down to realizing you're in your 20s, what's up? I'm 23, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I guess I'll like start off with like when I graduated college, or community college, and I wanted a full-time job because I was working as a waitress, and I felt I was pushed to having a full-time job because I started to like hang out with a whole bunch of people, or like I started to have like a group of friends where they like always wanted to hang out on the weekends, and like that's when you make the most money when you waitress. And I was like, I don't want to like say no all the time to like hanging out, so I'm gonna find a full-time job. And so I did, and I have one right now, and it's really interesting being like one of the people in a friend group at this age that has a full-time job and like nobody else does. So like it's been really interesting to see how I've been that person to walk that first, I guess. But yeah, through like this past year, I realized like having hobbies too is like really important, not only like because of the pandemic, but like for the sake of your own sanity. And I have a lot of hobbies. As you can see, I am making a podcast. I'm talking to a wall. Also, this is my lovely album cover from Charlie Klongberg. Charlie, I think I mispronounced your last name, Klomberg, did an amazing. I told her what I wanted, and yeah, she did this. So she goes to art school, and that was really cool. But anyways, so a few things I want to talk about with being an adult is like the fashion that I have molded into. Some of my favorite stores are like Gap and Old Navy, and I used to shop at like American Eagle, Urban Outfitters. I would really love to shop at Anthropologie, but I do not have the money for that. Oh, and then like thrift stores too. But with my job, it's like a professional environment, so you have to like dress business casual. And so like that's been part of my attire that I've grown accustomed to. And then like at home, I feel like it's either business casual or PJs. And I used to wear like a lot of crew necks. I used to have so many crew necks. And my sister-in-law came over the other day and she like wore one, and I was like, you can keep that, because like I don't really have time to wear crew necks anymore. So that's been interesting to like transition from like wearing comfy clothes all the time and like having a style to like having your go-to outfit on the weekend. Like I literally only wear one thing over the weekend, and lately it's just been like hiking attire, because I like to go on like walks and like drives and stuff, because adventure lifestyle. But yeah, so fashion's been like really interesting to see, and I try to now either shop like really ethical, like not fast fashion, because things go out of style like really fast. So like try to buy like classic stuff that can last a long time. And one of the companies that is good for that is Everlane. Really breaks down like what you're buying and like the cost that goes into everything. So if you want to check that out, check it out, Everlane. And then another thing is like I like to buy staple items, so like things that last a while. I like to buy secondhand or cheap. I never try to buy anything like brand new, because that can be really bad for the environment. I mean, it's nice to have something new every once in a while, but I feel a lot better if I buy something secondhand and I like do my research on it and find a good product. So one thing I do is like I shop on Poshmark, because you can like specifically find things that you're looking for. Let's see. Another thing about being an adult is I have grown accustomed to drinking black coffee and like actually enjoying it. And I was actually at my parents' for Christmas the other day, and my dad made some like just like pot coffee or whatever, and it was disgusting. Like it was so watery, and I never thought that I would be the kind of person that would be picky about coffee, but I have became picky about coffee. In like lattes, maybe once in a while, but like they're very milky and like sugary. And what I started doing when I started drinking coffee was like doing the creamer. Well, I don't like Mr. Coffee Mate or whatever, because it's like not real creamer. So then I switched from that to like real creamer that only has like 3 ingredients or so. Well, the issue with that is I would have it for like a month and like it would go bad, because I only drink like maybe half a cup to a cup of coffee a day. And I do French press, but that has been a transition. Oh, and then so I did the creamer to just sugar, and then just sugar to stevia. I did liquid stevia from Trader Joe's, and then I did no stevia, and now I just drink black coffee. So it's been a process for me to get to that point. So yeah, I didn't just wake up one day and was like, I need black coffee. So it was like a transition that, I mean, maybe it was the transition from stevia to black coffee. I did wake up and was like, I need black coffee, but other than that, it wasn't just like I'm gonna be a black coffee drinking person now. So there's that. Another thing I guess I can talk about is like the grocery store. And I probably in another podcast am gonna talk about Aldi. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Aldi because it's my favorite grocery store, and if anybody knows me, they hang out around me, I literally talk about Aldi all the time. And like, I have these floor pillows, you can see, I bought from Aldi. There's this one, and then there's a gray one. I'm holding all my stuff over here. But yeah, grocery stores, I have I guess I don't have like the best opinions about them because I don't really have a good relationship with food right now. Like, I'm learning to cook, and it's been a good process the past few weeks. But the issue that I run into is like having too much food and then having to throw away most of it. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say about grocery stores is like I have a sense of calmness. Like, I enjoy going to the grocery store. And yeah, I don't know why I wrote that down. I guess I was trying to segue into Aldi. Another thing I have to say about is like paying for laundry. I guess I wrote that down because I thought that was going to be important. But yeah, I guess if we're thinking in perspective of like when you're in high school to like thinking of when you're an adult, paying for laundry is not the ideal thing that you would want. It could be worse. When I was in London, we had to walk 15 minutes into the nearest town with our dirty laundry in our backpacks, pay £5, which is equivalent to $7 to just wash our clothes. We didn't even dry them. And then, yeah, you would just hang them over the radiators because you didn't even want to pay to dry them. So I guess it could be like I could be paying $7 just to wash my clothes each week. But now I live in an apartment where they don't have laundry in unit, so I have to go spend money and time to do that. It's like $1.25 each load to wash, and I feel like it's $1.50 to dry. And sometimes it doesn't even dry all of your clothes, which then makes it frustrating. But yeah, that's a thing that I've had to deal with. Yeah. Oh, I really don't feel like any of this is interesting, and I am thankful that you're watching, I guess, if you're this bored. Is any of this interesting to you? I don't know. I just feel like I had to talk to a wall. I had to fulfill that somehow, and that's what this is. Just had to put that in there. Yes. The last topic I have here is investing. And when you're an adult, you start saying words like investment and investing. And it's not what you think it is. At least in my experience, investing doesn't really mean investing. So what I mean is, like, you start to make excuses to buy something, and those excuses end up turning into an investment. So, like, this microphone was an investment. my TV console I have downstairs, and my rug, and my bed frame, and my dresser. I have justified buying those because it's an investment. What else would you say is an investment? Your coffee in the morning. I say I will go out of my way to pick up my mom's Costco card, drive to Costco, and buy the $10 big bag of coffee because it's an investment. Others would be like, I would not go out of all my way to just do that. But I say it's an investment. So you'll learn very quickly that the things that you never thought you would be excited to buy, you start to get excited to buy. Like a vacuum cleaner. I love my vacuum cleaner. Ever in my entire life, do you think I would grow up and say that I would be happy about a vacuum cleaner? No. But that's what being an adult is. And if that doesn't sum it up, I don't know what does. So, at the end of the day, I'm still learning life. And I'm still growing. And I will continue to learn these things day after day. I will probably have other opinions about these things 5 years from now. And maybe I won't even care about these topics. But for the time being, these are the things that I think about that run through my brain throughout the day. And I had to write them down and then I had to speak about them. So maybe this will be the end of the podcast here. I'm not entirely sure how long I've been recording, but that's my trial run. And thanks for tuning in.